Again, my name is Ruth Duran. I'm a certified life coach. I help business women make more money without working any harder or longer. And I would love if you are online to join me on Zoom. And so I'm going to share the Zoom link below. And so I help my clients identify what they're doing and why what they're doing is either not creating the results that they want or having them work longer and harder than they need to be. And my clients will come to me, and my clients are the hard workers. My clients are the ones who are going to be doing a lot of things. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, they're not creating the results that they want, or they're struggling to create the results that they want. And so they're exhausted, they're frustrated, they're having a hard time. And then my clients will also be the ones who are thinking, well, if I want to create more money, more income, more success, more clients, more hit my goals, I have to do more things. I have to take more actions. I have to do a lot more things, and that just leaves them exhausted, frustrated. Even thinking about doing more things has them feeling frustrated and exhausted. And so I dropped the Zoom link. Join me on Zoom if you want to get coached, because I want all my clients to create more of the money and the success that they want. I want my clients to make the money that they see that they want to make, and be able to spend time with their family, spend time with the loved ones, spend time doing the things that they want to do. Because what creates our money, success, and our goals is not the things that we are doing. It is how we're thinking and feeling while we're taking those actions. It is not the number of things that we're doing. It's the value in the things that they are doing. And so, for example, I'll have a client who is taking a ton of action, but through the ton of action, it feels heavy and hard for them. It feels a lot of resistance. There's a lot of self-doubt. And so they just go, well, you know what? I heard someone say self-doubt is normal. So I'm just going to take my actions through self-doubt. And yes, self-doubt is normal. Self-doubt is part of going for a big goal, especially when you're going out of your comfort zone. Self-doubt is normal. However, self-doubt is created by the way that you're thinking. Self-doubt is not created. Somebody will say, but I'm growing my business and it's new and I don't know what to do. So of course I have self-doubt. I say self-doubt is created by how you're thinking about something. Self-doubt is created by what we're making something mean. And so we want to really identify what is our current patterns when we experience self-doubt. Do we push through? Do we force? Do we show up even when it feels heavy? And also, what is it what we're currently doing, and how is it creating the result that we want? And so many people will go, well, I'm doing something new, I'm going for a big goal, and so I'm experiencing self-doubt, and so I'm going to force myself to work through the self-doubt. But when we observe what they're currently doing, they're doing what we call in my industry escape fails. Escape fails is we're avoiding, we're buffering, we're doing passive action, we're watching Netflix, we're on the couch, we're wanting to do everything but our business. Or they might be from self-doubt, they might be trying to overcome that self-doubt by doing a lot more things. I feel self-doubt, so I need to stop feeling self-doubt. And the way to stop feeling self-doubt, they might think, is doing 50,000 more things, convincing 50,000 more people, doing a ton load of stuff, forcing ourselves, or listen to a motivation, but they're all that coming to them in their solution is more things, more action, more work, which then leaves them exhausted, just thinking, I have to do more. Why do I have to do more? Because they think they have to overcome the feeling of self-doubt by more work. And that is not the case. Or they might make self-doubt mean something about them. I'm feeling self-doubt. I'm watching Susie Q across the street. She's not feeling self-doubt. Susie Q is taking a ton of action. So that means there's something wrong with me. That means that in my essence, there's something wrong with me. And so then they make self-doubt wrong, making them wrong and making it mean that there's something that they have to fix about them. Or they might say, okay, I'm growing and I'm feeling self-doubt. And then that means that I need to stop doing the things that might be working because I need to go do all these things that Johnny told me to do. And so what we wanted, but because I'm feeling self-doubt when I'm doing these things, I need to do something completely different. And we want to identify, first of all, why are you feeling self-doubt? What is the thought that's creating the self-doubt? And then being able to decide, what do I want to do from a place of very different emotion? The other thing, or they might think, well, I'm feeling self-doubt. That means I need to stop what I'm doing because I'm feeling a negative emotion. So that means it's not working. So I need to stop what I'm doing. And we want to identify, first of all, back to what is creating the self-doubt. So many of my clients, and this is what exhausts my clients, is that they are running away from people, places, or things that trigger that self-doubt. So Johnny said, I need to do X, Y, and Z because I signed up for a course and now I'm filled with self-doubt. That must mean that Johnny's course is not the one to do. And we want to identify, why is that self-doubt coming up? What is it about that course or that action or the recommendation that's being made that's bringing up that self-doubt? What are you making it mean? And how to change the way that you're thinking about it so that you feel a different emotion, like determined and motivated, and to do the course John is telling you to do. I'm just pulling these names out of the ethers. Don't ask me why. Because we want to identify, what is it about that's bringing up that self-doubt? And then we also want to, my clients, what they'll do is they'll make it mean they don't know something. It's like, oh, I'm feeling self-doubt. It's, I don't know the what, the where, the how. So I need to go do more research. I need to go learn more. I need to go take another course to learn the what, the when, the how, because it's like self-doubt shouldn't be there. And so what I help my clients understand is self-doubt is an emotion created by what we're thinking. Self-doubt will come up, especially when you're going for something new and something big and something that has you grow out of your space. However, we don't have to work our way through self-doubt. We don't have to do a ton of actions to avoid feeling self-doubt. What we want to do is we want to understand, what are you making the situation that's happening? In the example that I shared, where Johnny, you took a course with Johnny and Johnny gave you a list of things that need to do. We want to understand, what are you making that list of things do? He's telling you to do mean, and why is that triggering self-doubt? We also want to understand, like, what is your thoughts and beliefs about yourself that's triggering that self-doubt? What is your current level of belief about you, your capacity, your ability to do things that's creating that self-doubt? And then we also want to know, because when you're doing a lot of things, or when you're escaping, or when you're avoiding, or when you're stopping, or when you're learning more, or when you're running away from it, it's because you've made self-doubt mean something. It's not self-doubt that's a problem. It's what you are making self-doubt mean. What are you making it mean? And why is self-doubt a problem? Why is self-doubt the problem? So we want to spend time with that, create an understanding of that. And when we make a feeling, when we make a thought and a feeling wrong, a problem, something not what we want to do, we work so much hard to fix that problem. What if the thought we're having, the feeling we're having of self-doubt is not the problem? And the problem is what we're making it mean. And the problem is how we're trying to go around it. The problem is our default solution when we make self-doubt a problem. And so I love to think of a way that we can look at self-doubt, and we can look at self-doubt. I love to think of self-doubt, and I love to think of just emotions and experiences as just like, I'm going to share with you this. It's like different people can look at it. So I can show you the bottom, very different view. I can show you the top, very different view. I can show you, you're seeing blue, but I turn it around and now I'm seeing blue, but you're seeing dark blue, or you're seeing orange. There are very different perspectives to one thing. So self-doubt in itself, we can look at it from different perspectives, and we can decide what we want self-doubt to mean. And we can decide what works for us. So one client can decide that self-doubt is a problem and need to solve for that problem. Does the client like the reason why? Another person might decide that self-doubt is not a problem. I experience self-doubt. That means I'm growing, I'm evolving, I'm going out of my comfort zone. And so what do I want to make self-doubt mean? The other thing is we can look at self-doubt and we can either choose to accept it. We can accept that as I am growing out of my comfort zone, as I'm doing something that I've never done before, I will experience self-doubt. And self-doubt will be like the child who's in the back seat asking, are we there yet? It's just there. It doesn't mean that we turn around and go home. Or I can make it mean I can expect it. I can expect it as I am speeding down the freeway at 100 miles an hour because I'm going where I want to go. That self-doubt is going to be there. Chattering, that's not safe, that's too fast, that's scary, blah, blah, blah. Just saying words. What do we want to do? Do we want to accept it? Do we want to accept it? Do we want to understand it? What do we want to do with self-doubt? And for every single person, that is different. And so we want to decide, somebody might decide. I can decide today, I want to decide that it's normal. It's something I will experience as I'm going for something big and new. Tomorrow, I might decide, you know what? I don't want to feel self-doubt. I want to change the thought and feeling that I'm experiencing. So how do I want to go from self-doubt to maybe feeling determined? How do I want to experience determination? How do I want to, and so I can look at it and say, okay, I want to feel determined. How do I want to think about this experience that I'm having, this new thing that I'm doing, this new and big and thing that's designed to grow me? What if I want to feel determined? What do I want to do? Because for me, when I used to feel self-doubt, I used to then stop doing what I was doing, stop working what was working, stop my action would be, I feel self-doubt and I freeze. And then I progressed and grew to where I feel self-doubt. Then I do a lot of research. I do take a lot of actions. I try to overcome the feeling of self-doubt. Now I understand that self-doubt is just there. And so sometimes I will sit with self-doubt. I will feel self-doubt and I'll make self-doubt not a problem. Other times I'll decide, you know, I want to understand why it's there, what it's here to teach me, and then decide if I want to change my thought and my feeling, or if I want to change the way that I want to experience this different situation. And so it all depends on you. And my clients work so much harder because they look at self-doubt and they make self-doubt the problem. I'm going to repeat that. They look at an emotion and they make the emotion a problem. They look at the emotion and they make the emotion mean I'm experiencing this emotion. There's something wrong with me and it should not be there. Emotions come because of thoughts that we are thinking. Emotions come because of what we're making experiences and situations and neutral things mean. And so When we identify that and we understand that it's normal part of going out of your comfort zone, normal part of growing, normal part of doing something that you've never done before, then what do you want to do with self-doubt? And everybody is different. I'm going to repeat that. Everybody is different. So the question becomes, what do you want to do with it? So the other part is, so we want to understand why it's there. We want to understand what the thought we're having that's creating that feeling. We want to maybe decide I want to sit with self-doubt sometimes. Other times I want to change the thought and the feeling that I'm having. Other times I want to maybe borrow somebody else's thoughts that they, Susie Q was taking a ton of action and she's doing new things. What is she thinking? What is she feeling? What is the, how can I think the way she's thinking? What are the thoughts that she's having that's having her feel determined? What is the, how is she taking the actions that she's taking? Because what is her pattern of thinking and feeling? Is she taking action through self-doubt? Do I want that? Or is she taking the action through maybe determined? Do I want that? The other thing is, one of the ways that I spend time with self-doubt, I look at self-doubt and I've progressed to the part where I look at all the emotions that we are having as here to teach me something. So when I experience self-doubt, I spend time with self-doubt like it is my friend. In the past, I would avoid self-doubt and act like self-doubt is my enemy. Now I've progressed to where I look at self-doubt and I look at self-doubt as my friend, and I'm curious. Why are you here? What are you here to teach me? What is it that I'm trying to avoid? What is it that you are here to help me understand? What is it that you want me to realize about this experience that we're going through? So for example, for me, what I ended up doing is I noticed self-doubt. I noticed that I was doing something new, something out of my comfort zone. I noticed that self-doubt was actually here to protect me, and going, okay, you are here to protect me. Why? And what I concluded for me in this experience with self-doubt is that self-doubt was here because I did not believe in myself. I didn't believe that this new thing I was going for, this new bigger and greater experience that I was going through, I was capable of going through it. I was capable of figuring it out. I was capable of loving myself through it. I was capable of holding loving space for me, that I was capable of getting to the other side safe and intact from what I would do for me. And so all this came back to my belief in myself, my trust in myself, that I've got my own back and I'm doing the best I can, no matter what, my trust and my faith that no matter what, I've got me, that no matter what, as I grow and I expand and go out of my comfort zone, that I will be there to catch me when I fall. So it's that belief, that faith, that trust in me. And so self-doubt just lets me know, hey, I'm here. This is what I want from you. So my clients will experience self-doubt and they will take a ton of actions to not feel that feeling, or to outwork that feeling, or to run away from that feeling, or to stop going to the places, the things, or what is they can be doing to avoid feeling that feeling, or running away from that feeling, or making it mean that there's something wrong with them, that they don't know something, that somebody else out there has solved the solution to what they're trying to work through. And so they go do more research, they listen to our podcast, they learn more, they learn another book. The thing is, self-doubt is normal. Self-doubt will come up. Everybody experiences self-doubt, including the most accomplished person in the world. And so what we want to do is we want to understand, why is self-doubt there? Understand why we are making it a problem. Decide on purpose. If you're going to accept it, or you're going to expect it, or for you're going to build a relationship with it and understand why it's there, because it's there because of a thought that you're having. And then you can decide, what do you want to do? Do you want to take action from the self-doubt, or do you want to change your thought and your feeling, create another feeling like determined? And so this self-doubt, I love self-doubt now. In the past, I had a hate relationship with self-doubt. It came up and I jumped, I escaped, I avoided, I buffered, I did passive action, I pivoted. I figured this was not what I wanted to do. And so I'd go another direction. So the way I like to think about it is, I'm hiking up the mountain and I'm experiencing self-doubt because maybe that mountain is steep. And so my old pattern was, okay, let's go find another way. We're getting up that mountain, but let's go find another way to get up that mountain. And it might take me out of my beaten path and cost me time, energy, and success. And so that's what I see with my clients doing. And so for me, it's like, now I'm going up this mountain, I'm hiking up this mountain, and I see the mountain, I see this challenging part, I feel self-doubt, and I question, is self-doubt something I want to take action through? Or how do I want to create a different experience? I'm going up this mountain. In the other analogy, I take a ton of time, and chances are I would come back this steep, like the whole mountain. There's a place that's this steep place. And even though I pivoted and went around this mountain, I still needed to go through up that steep place. And so now I decide it's going to be steep. What do I want to do? I want to get to the top of the mountain. What am I going to do? I'm going to go through it. Self-doubt here is telling me, I don't believe I can go up this steep part. Self-doubt is here telling me that I don't have enough faith in myself. Self-doubt is here to tell me that I don't trust that if I start climbing this steep piece and I slip and I fall, that I will be there to hold me and love me and not make me wrong, so that I can get back up and keep going. So my friends, how do you deal with self-doubt, self-trust? How do you deal with self-doubt? Self-doubt can either be what's going to stall you, or it can be the catalyst to create the result that you want. And how you deal with self-doubt is either costing you time, money, or success, or it's creating you a shitload of a ton of money, saving you time and creating your success. How are you dealing with self-trust? What are you making self-doubt mean? What is your normal pattern? Let's identify another way that's going to get you up the hill, up the mountain, without working any harder or longer. And that's what I help my clients do. I help my clients make more money without working any harder or longer, by identify what is their current thought, their feeling, and their actions. What are the feelings that they're avoiding? What are the feelings that they embrace? What are their current patterns of action? And is it creating the result that they want or not? If you're ready to make more money without working any harder or longer, I can help you. Weekly at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I'm going to come live on Zoom. I'm going to teach a concept, and then I'm going to coach you on Zoom. I want to identify, what are the things that are keeping you from growing your business? What is it that's keeping you from creating your goal? What is it that is, like in my situation, what is it, that pattern that's costing you the success and the income that you desire? What is your current thought, feeling, and action cycle that you feel like, in my experience, I felt self-doubt and I went and did something else? What is it for you? Because even if you're making $100,000, $200,000, $1 million, you are still working harder than necessary. You are still taking longer than necessary. And what we want to do is identify what is your current patterns so that you can create what you want without working any harder or longer. What is your, and so many people don't understand some of the simplest patterns that they're doing that, so like, for example, for the longest time, how I dealt with self-doubt was just what I was doing. And I would get to the top of the hill. I would get to the top of the mountain. I would stand victorious at the top of the mountain. And then when I started evaluating from a safe place and not making myself wrong, I noticed you could have got to the mountain a lot faster, a lot easier, and a lot more success. And so what is it for you? And I believe that once you see it, you will never unsee it. I am a coach. And so as a coach, I'm climbing up my own mountains. I'm figuring out my own way up my own mountains. But when it comes to you, I'm at the top of I get to helicopter into the top of your mountain and stand and be able to see, oh, I see how she's or he is going through that mountain. I see how he or she is trying to maneuver that terrain. I see how he or she is quitting. I see how he or she is dealing with doubt, self-doubt. Is there a faster, more efficient, more cost-effective way to get past that hurdle, that obstacle that will come up? And so my clients make more money without working any harder or longer. What happens is when the old pattern has us exhausted, fatigued, and avoiding what we can be doing. The new way, my clients get to the top of the mountain, we evaluate and review how they did it, and they see, oh, if I want to double my income, it doesn't mean working harder or longer. It just means tweaking and adjusting what I did. And so by the time they get to the second mountain, they get there and they go, oh my goodness, I can go up another higher mountain. So if you're ready to make more money without working any harder or longer, I can help you. This weekly coaching is only for the people of this group. So join me on Zoom. I'll always leave the link below and get coached and identify what is costing you time, money, and success. Because everybody, I was even thinking about it this morning, even Oprah could be making a shitload more money if she just was identifying where she can tweak and adjust to create the result that she wants. Everybody could benefit from learning what their current patterns are and choosing on purpose, intentionally, from a clean place, what patterns they want to create. So if you're ready to make more money, I can help you. I'm going to coach you on Zoom. If you're on Facebook watching this anytime this week, join me next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and get coached and identify where is it in your pattern that's costing you time, success, and money. So thank you so much for joining me. I really, truly appreciate it. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye.